Hey folks, so Stoney, this one's for you, bro. I just got done watching your pepper video and I mentioned in the comments that I sometimes dense plant my peppers into small containers to kind of leverage the space on my heat mats, and then I'll go ahead and pull them out of those in individual stel packs. And I want to show you the process. So let's go into the shed and see what I got going on. Potting mix, plastic. Let's go ahead and get this set up. Okay, so as I noted, I sometimes, when I don't have the space for full trays on heat mats, I will go ahead and dense plant seeds in a container. And this one doesn't even have drain holes. I just don't overwater it, so I avoid rotting issues like that. But I'll basically fill this up part way, cascade a bunch of seeds on top of it, put some potting mix on top of that, water it in, throw it on the heat mat, because I can germinate a lot of seeds in a relatively small space on that heat mat during weather that is less conducive for germination. And then when it's right now where it's warmer, they can come out of here and go into cell packs like this. And I didn't have to sacrifice much space on the heat mat, so I could get more going that way. So the way I take these now, I'm gonna go ahead and transplant some of those into here. And typically I do this after they have a pretty good root system going on. It doesn't have to be significant, but really it's usually they'll have a couple of true leaves, maybe not even sometimes, but all I do is lever that out and I've got a pepper seedling ready to go. And then, somewhat gently try to, finagle him into that cell pack. Use my fingers to kind of push that down a bit. He's firmed in at that point. And we've got ourselves a pepper from a small to a much larger space. He can take about a month to root out in there, and he's ready to go into the garden. And again, massive space saver. And even when they don't have true leaves, they'll have a little bit of a root. I can put that down in there, firm him in, and he's ready to go. And will I get 100% of success out of this? Not likely, but will I get some level of success that's probably north of 90%? Typically, yeah. Works really well with peppers, works really well with tomatoes. And again, not much of a root, but I'd be very surprised if I wasn't hitting just about 100% transplanting this way. And so what I'm probably gonna do, because this is more of an example than an actual active project, I will go ahead and leave these here for now because I want them to get a little bit more mature. These guys are gonna be absolutely fine. I'll keep them watered in over the next couple of days. And then in about a week, I'll go ahead and finish this entire tray off. This variety, by the way, is YOLO Wonder. I've also got 16 California Wonders that I just did like this yesterday. And I've got about 80 habaneros that I did. I think I transplanted them into cell packs about a month ago, and they're out in the greenhouse. So we're gonna go take a look at them right now. They probably need to get watered too, because it's blistering hot out right now. Coming out to my little greenhouse area. And yeah, habaneros. These were a little behind when I pulled them out of the pack, but you can see I've got 32 in that pack. Only one didn't make it. A couple are small. More than enough to justify the methodology. Those bell peppers were done the same exact way. Those tomatoes back there, actually, they were done relatively similar, and I say that only because I had them in a pack like that, and they were multiples coming out of each one, so I just separated them off, put them up in a new tray, and they were good to go. Same concept. You can plant them very closely together, and then just kind of prick them apart, put them in their own, and they have a tendency to root pretty well. And like I said, it works with some crops really, really well, like peppers and tomatoes. Some crops I would not probably want to chance that with because they might be a little more sensitive to the roots. Yeah, this is how it works. When she saw me come over to the barn, she ran over. I think she wanted to hang out with Dad. And yeah, that's all it takes to go ahead and take, a number of seeds in a very small area to germinate in a larger quantity so that you can save some space if you have limited space available to you, like you only have one heat mat. That little plastic container I just showed you, you could fit 8 of them on a heat mat, and gosh, 50 seeds per each one. 400 seeds if you could fit 8 on there. I mean, come on, that's a great way to conserve space if you don't have the actual greenhouse space for a large area. You can set up a tiny little propagation space in your house, get 400 going in, let's say, early to mid-March, and by mid-April, where it's safe to plant them outside, you can take those 400, move them into trays, and you've got the outside temperatures much more conducive to growth than they would have been if you would have tried to plant that many in cell packs without having a more greenhouse-like environment back in your early March time frame. So yeah, a little bit for something to try. It works better if you're trying to go for some kind of scale. If you're planning on a smaller scale, you're much better off just keeping, you know, 1 seed, 2 seeds per cell, and just not disturbing the roots any more than you have to. That's obviously, from a shock standpoint to the plant, a much better way to go. Doing this method, you're probably going to lose a few days and you might lose a few plants. But in my context, it's a good way for me to get a lot of plants going in a small space. So I hope you learned something. If you enjoyed it, please let me know. Feel free to chat below. I'll talk about anything gardening. And yeah, until next one, thanks for watching.